Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
And welcome into the Nicolay Field on a beautiful Friday afternoon here on the campus of Adrian College. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the Albion College Britons. Bulldogs took Game 1 of this series in less than dramatic fashion. It was a 32-9 victory. Bulldogs had 18 hits in that ball game, including 3 home runs. So they're going to be looking to keep the bats going today. But first, it's going to be Landon Kozlowski on the bump today for the Dogs. This will be his 10th start of the season. He's thrown 40 and a third innings pitched so far with a 4.69 ERA, a 1.31 whip, with a 28-9 strikeout to walk ratio. He's been a great pitcher at home this season, really been one of the anchors of this rotation. Bulldogs come in 24-13 and have absolutely dominated the MIAA this year, 16-3 in conference play. And as a result, they clinched the regular season MIAA title after their win yesterday. It's really shown us how dominant they've been in the conference all season. So as Kozlowski finishes up his warm-up pitches here, take a look at around the field today. Partly cloudy. Right now the sun pretty much fully out. Look at the flags in right field. Mostly blowing in from left, a little left to right action today. So the throw from Kedro goes down, which means we are ready to play ball here at the Nick. For Albion, it's going to be Riker Maisie leading off the game here. Kozlowski works from the windup, first base side of the rubber, in the motion, and we are underway. Fastball misses up above the letters. And quickly, back on the mound is Kozlowski, the 1-0. Swinging a tap down the third base line. It's going to stay foul. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Maisie comes in to play today, batting .360 on the year, 786 OPS, has started all 34 games for Albion so far. Here's 1-1, swinging a tap foul, fielded by Kozlowski. He'll jog over, flip over to first. 1 up, 1 down to lead off the ball game. So while we have a minute, we're going to take a look at the rest of this Albion lineup. We've already seen Maisie batting second to third base and Braden Emery. Then the 3-hitter, Evan Schuster. Batting fourth, the DH, Austin Stevens. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Chris Stojanovsky. It's the first pitch to Emery's fouled away. Then in the 6th hole is going to be Carter Stow. Then it's the first baseman, Gavin White. Then the second baseman, Drew Ribble. And rounding out the order is the left fielder, Carson Dunn. 0-1 from Kozlowski. Breaking ball missed up. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So it's 3 straight righties, the top of this Albion lineup. 1-1, swing and a miss. Kozlowski went with the fastball, elevated it. Emery swung right underneath it. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kozlowski into the motion. Here's the pitch. Just above the zone there. Kedro presented it well. Getting some clarification from the home plate umpire as to where exactly it missed. Was, in fact, up. Count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called. Kozlowski got him on the bender. Started on the inner half of the plate. Came across, caught the inside corner. 2 up, 2 down as Kozlowski gets the backwards K. So now it's going to be the center fielder, Evan Schuster, at the plate. Schuster comes in, 900 OPS. He's going to lift that one right field. In comes Hayward, camps under it, and he'll put the squeeze on it. And that's going to do it for the top of the first. Kozlowski sits down the Britons 1-2-3. We've played half an inning here at Adrian College. Scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the first here on Adrian College.
Elevate your game. At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the first inning here on ACTV. Before we get to that, let's take a look at this Bulldog starting lineup today. Leading off in left field is going to be Cam Oliver. Second, playing short, Nick Bruder. Third, playing third is Ryan Davis. Batting fourth behind the plate, David Kedro. Batting fifth, the DH, Easton Rogers. In the sixth hole, the first baseman, Jake Burns. In right is Lincoln Hayward. And in the eighth hole, second baseman, Rolando Jimenez. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Jack Boyke. Bulldogs have a tough task here against Cole Gesicki. Gesicki, this will be his 10th start of the year, thrown 58 innings, 2.33 ERA, 0.91 whip, 71 strikeouts to 20 walks. As this lefty for Albion's been a stud this year. First pitch from him, fastball just off the outer edge to Cam Oliver. Gesicki works from the third base side, quickly into the motion. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike outer edge. It's a really good motion, really smooth mechanics from Gesicki. Straight over the top, has a big left kick. As Oliver shows bunt, it's going to tap foul off the catcher's style. It's going to put him behind in this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oliver comes into play. Really been the everyday leadoff guy for the Bulldogs. 836 OPS on the year. That's one of the higher marks in this Bulldog lineup. Gesicki in the motion. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a foul ball on the third base line. Good crowd here at the Nick today. Most of the seats filled up. A lot of fans sitting along the left and right field lines. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Maybe getting some tans in. 1-2. It's going to be a tap foul on the first base line. Going to stay foul. So Oliver, after falling behind, has really been battling in this at-bat. You know, as a leadoff guy, you want the guys behind you to see as many pitches as possible before you step into that batter's box. So Oliver's doing his job here. 1-2. Swing another one, fouled away. This one a little bit deeper. He was on it. Got the elevated fastball in the outer half, threw the barrel at it, stayed alive, got himself another one. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gesicki into the motion. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses above the zone. A lot of energy early on from this Bulldog dugout. Almost every single Bulldog up on that top step. Locked in every pitch. 2-2, swing a line drive. Caught by the third baseman, Emery. It's a good AB from Oliver. Got the breaking ball on the last pitch, kind of threw the barrel at it. Wasn't hit particularly hard. right at Braden Emery. So that's going to bring up the shortstop, Nick Bruder now. Bruder comes into play today, 858 OPS. Defense playing him straight up. First pitch, fastball, called, strike. Pretty much center cut there. So here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, called, strike, outside edge. Looked like the changeup there from Gasigi. And is quickly ahead of Bruder. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a half-hearted attempt from Bruder. Wasn't close to it and goes down swinging on 3 pitches. So 2 up, 2 down for Gasigi. It's going to make the third baseman, Ryan Davis, the all-time Adrian College home run leader. Broke that record a couple weeks ago right here at Nicolay Field. First pitch to him, looked like the changeup misses below the zone. So first time we've seen a Bulldog get ahead in the count here. 1-0. Another one, called strike, this one at the knees. Good changeup there. Gasigi has that straight over the top arm action. That's going to give great depth to that pitch. 1-1 fastball. Misses above the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike now. So Gasigi, glove comes up into the motion. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a fly ball left field. This may be trouble. Down the line. Off the top of the wall. It's going to stay in play. Davis going to cruise into second base. Maybe a little disappointed after he missed a homer by probably about 3 inches. Hit off the top of the wall in left field. Again, these walls here at Nicolay Field fairly high. And, man, did Davis just miss that one. Got someone over the plate, put a great swing on it. So now Bulldogs get a runner in scoring position here with 2 away. It's going to bring up the catcher, David Kedro. Davis leads off a second. Gasigi set. First pitch. Fastball misses just below the knees. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. Good amount of speed from Davis on second. Anything to the outfield should score him, as these Britons are playing him very deep out there in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side. Fielded by Emery. Crow hop, throw to first. And Kedro is retired. Bulldogs get a 2-out double from Ryan Davis, but end up stranding him. We've played 1 here at Nicolay Field, scoreless after 1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning here on ACTV. It was a scoreless first inning after Landon Kozlowski sent down the top 3 batters in this Albion lineup in order. And Cole Gasigi got the first 2 Bulldogs out, and then Ryan Davis hit a fly ball in the left field that was about 3 inches away from being our first run of the game. Instead, it was a double. He was later stranded on second. So for the Britons this inning, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, and they are Austin Stevens, Chris Stojanovsky, and Carter Stahl. So the throw from Kedra goes down, which means we are ready for the top of the second inning here at Nicolay Field. Again, middle of the day start. It's a 3 p.m. start, so shadows not really a problem. We'll see if those come into effect. Most likely for game 2, they may be a bit of an issue. First pitch, swinging a tap foul actually off of Stevens. Stevens comes into play, batting .314 on the year, .773 OPS. Usually with a 4-hitter, you see a bit more pop. Does have 9 doubles on the year, a triple, and 1 home run. but has been driving in runs all season. 24 RBIs in the year. That is second in this lineup. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball left field. Down the line. This may be trouble. Off the top of the wall once again. Stevens rounding first. He'll cruise into second, give it a little turn. Nothing more than that. It's going to be a leadoff double here on the top of the second for Austin Stevens. Just simply wasn't a great pitch there by Kozlowski. Kind of left it in the middle of the plate. Stevens put a great swing on it. We've only had 6 outs in this ball game so far. We've already seen 2 balls go off the top of the wall and left. It's going to bring up Chris Stoganovsky. Kozlowski waiting for the sign. Gets the one he wants. Comes set. Here's the first pitch. I was going to miss down and away. Good stop by Kedro there. We saw Stojanovsky kind of do a little check swing there. Maybe not seeing the ball well, as that pitch never really a threat to be a strike. But that may also mean that he's ready to go here, ready to swing the bat. Here's the pitch. Fly ball left field. This one not deep. Oliver heads back. Now drifting to his left. He'll put the squeeze on it. Runner tags. Decides to retreat to second base. Thought better of it. So it's an unproductive out from Stojanovsky. Kozlowski will take it. So now there is one away in the inning. It's going to bring up the catcher, Carter Stahl. Stahl comes in batting .324, .910 OPS. That's the highest OPS on this team. 6 doubles on the year. So he looks to give his team the early lead here in the top of the second. Stevens leads off a second. Kozlowski holding the set for a while. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Tight slider there from Kozlowski. Pinpoint command there. That one started on the outer edge. Finished well off the plate. Got Stahl to offer at it. And it was 0-1. The second baseman Jimenez playing well up the middle. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little flare out to right. It's a good stop by Burns. He'll flip the second base, but not in time there. A nice reaction time over there by the first baseman, Jake Burns. It was a little half-hearted attempt from Stahl. Didn't hit it hard whatsoever off the end of the bat. But as I mentioned, Jimenez was shaded well up the middle. If Burns doesn't get to that, that's going to kind of bloop into right field. And the runner, Stevens, had a pretty good jump on it. A little fortunate he was able to get back to second base in time. Now Gavin White climbs in. First pitch to him. That tight slider again catches the outside corner. It's been the go-to pitch so far for Kozlowski. Again, only in the top of the second here, but the command of that pitch has been great so far. Kozlowski comes set, checks on Stevens at second. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a tap foul. Got a piece of someone back there, whether it was Kedro or the home plate umpire. Nonetheless, the count's going to move to no balls, 2 strikes. Kozlowski, not a big strikeout guy, could really use one here and pitch around a leadoff double. Kozlowski gets the sign, comes set. Not a big lead by Stevens at second. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, inside edge, missed. In and out of the glove of Kedro. Doesn't get away far enough for the runner to advance. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bulldog defense pretty much straight up. The center fielder, Boyke, actually playing White to go the other way here. Kozlowski comes set. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Got him with the bender at the top of the zone. And gets White swinging. Albion gets a lead-off double but does nothing with it after a fly-out, a line-out, and a strikeout. We've played 1.5 here at Nicolay Field. We're scoreless. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the second inning being set to be played. It's going to be 5, 6, 7 for the Bulldogs. That's Easton Rogers, Jake Burns, and Lincoln Hayward. Cole Gesicki's going to go back to work. He's looked very sharp so far. Really the one mistake pitch to Ryan Davis. But a good job pitching to David Kedger to get himself out of trouble in the first inning. So Easton Rogers, the designated hitter today, leading off the second. Righty stands very far back in the box, that right foot almost out of the box. So in the motion goes Gesicki. First pitch, fastball, center cut, called, strike one. Looking at again at the flags in right field, a little bit of change here. Looks like a little bit of right to left action now. 0-1, swinging a line drive foul down the first base line off the facing of the seating here. Trickles back into play. So Rogers quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Gesicki, a guy who gets a lot of strikeouts. 71 of them entering this game in only 58 innings. 0-2. Swinging a fly ball directly back. It's going to get well out of play and into the parking lot. The Briton defense playing Rogers straight up. The left fielder Dunn shaded well off the line if Rogers can get out in front of one. 0-2, change up in the dirt. Good stop by Stahl there. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gesicki into the motion, the pitch. Just off the inner edge was the fastball. Gesicki wanted it, kind of crouched down after it. Showing a little bit of frustration there. It's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Gesicki into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets Rogers. Looked like the slider down and in. Rogers swung right over top of it, kind of tying him up a little bit. It's already the second strikeout for Gesicki here. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Jake Burns. Burns comes into play. Highest OPS in this Bulldog lineup at 1.247. First pitch he sees. Changeup just off the outer edge. It's been a tight zone so far from the home plate umpire. Again, our angle up here isn't great. That one's popped up. It's going to get out of play. Again, our angle up here in the broadcast booth, we're a little bit offset. Tough to tell in and out, but up and down we get a pretty good gauge up here. Here's the 1-1 to Burns. Swinging a ground ball, foul, down the first base line. Would have been extra bases had it stayed fair. It's Gavin White a little late getting to it. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Gesicki looking for another strikeout here. Burns, a guy, does have a bit of swing and miss in the bat, but overall has been sensational this year. Here's the 1-2, inside, and it plunked him. Burns is going to jog down to first base. Says, thank you very much. Was behind in the count, and Gesicki pretty much lets him on base there. Where's that elbow guard? It was an inside fastball, and Burns simply didn't move, just kind of stood there and took it. Take one for the team. Gets his guys a base runner here with 1 away. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Lincoln Hayward. Gesicki quickly comes set. First pitch to Hayward. Swinging a foul tip off the catcher Styles' mask. Those generally don't feel too good. Kind of stood up, shook him a little bit. It's a high velocity fastball from Gesicki, and Hayward on the swing didn't really take much of that velo off. Pretty much got him square in the noggin. Count is no balls, 1 strike. Gesicki comes set. Not much of a lead by Burns at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball just below the zone. Now the catcher, Carter Stahl for Albion, kind of holding the pitches there for a while. Something that umpires generally don't like. So we'll see if anything changes there. A little courtesy throw over to first base. Burns back in easily. The OPS for Hayward all the way up to 899. It's one of the guys that got off to a slow start for these Bulldogs, but it's really turned it up as the weather's gotten warmer. Here's the 1-1. A little half-hearted attempt. They're going to say he went, but the ball gets by Stowell. The runner Burns easily able to jog into second base. So now with one away, Bulldogs get a man in scoring position. Outfield playing Hayward. Again, straight up, not very deep. The center fielder, Schuster, a little bit deeper than the corners. The count is 1-2, Gesicki into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Looked like the slider. Tough pitch for any lefty to hit out of the left-handed arm from Gesicki. He's buried it down and away. Hayward couldn't lay off of it. So now 2 away now. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Rolando Jimenez. Jimenez kind of took over for Phil Villardo early on in the season. Kind of got the starting job and has ran with it. First pitch to him. Fastball, called, strike, inside corner. So already 3 strikeouts in the ballgame for Gesicki. We knew the Bulldogs would struggle against him today. He's trying to crack one here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a low line drive, center field. This is going to get down for a base hit. Burns rounding third. Bobbled in center by Schuster. Jimenez kind of caught between first and second. Nothing harm to it, though. Burns comes in to score on the Rolando Jimenez RBI single. Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead here in the second. A ball not hit particularly hard from Jimenez. Kind of got jammed a little bit on the fastball, but able to muscle it. And once the center fielder, Schuster, kind of bobbled it on the transfer, Burns was able to easily come around and score. So that's going to bring up Jack Boyke now. Gesicki holding the set for a while. First pitch, swinging a foul ball, sent down the third base line. Well out of play. We've seen mostly first pitch fastballs so far from the Briton lefty. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike, outer edge. It's been great command so far from Gesicki. Really haven't seen any uncompetitive pitches. Just been attacking these Bulldogs so far. Count quickly 0-2 to Boyke. Into the motion, here's the pitch. Jimenez running, line drive, left field. This one's slicing, but the left fielder, Dunn's going to get there in plenty of time. So that does it here for the second. Bulldogs get 1 run on 1 hit. They lead it 1-0 after 2. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the third inning being set to be played here. It's going to be 8-9-1 for these Britons. It's going to be Drew Ribble, Carson Dunn, and then Riker Maisie. So Ribble leading things off here. As Kozlowski's been very sharp so far. Did allow the 1 double. That was to lead off the second inning to Austin Stevens. First pitch, swing and a miss. Another time we've seen Kozlowski get ahead of one of these Briton hitters. Here's the pitch. Fastball, called, strike. Dotted on the outside corner. Well received by Kedro. Counts can move the no balls, 2 strikes. Kozlowski into the motion. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be spiked down and away off of the wrist of Kedro. One can't feel too good. As a result, count 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's not a great pitch there from Kozlowski, just uncompetitive from the jump. Here's the 1-2, swinging a little ground ball out to short. Bruder fields at the waist. Throw over to first, and Ribble is retired. So Kozlowski does a good job getting out number one there. Now, I would argue it's the most important out of any inning. Leadoff base runners are recipe for disaster if you're a pitcher. And you get so comfortable working out of the windup, and having to throw 3 outs from the stretch can be a struggle for some guys. That's another one sent out to Bruder. He fields, throw to first, close play. But Carson Dunn is retired. So back-to-back ground outs to short from Kozlowski. That's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to be Riker Maisie. Maisie bounced out to Kozlowski his last time up. Looking to extend the top of the third here for the Britons. First pitch, fastball just off the outer edge. Defensive alignment for the Bulldogs. Oliver shaded off the left field line. Here's the pitch. Swing, tap foul back to the screen. It's going to even things up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leadoff hitter for the Britons. Looking to kind of do his job in reverse. Kind of lead off another inning as he's going to pop that one up. It's going to drift foul down the first base line into the parking lot. Look out for the cars in there. There's a new parking lot here on the campus of Adrian College, kind of around the tennis courts. That one's going to be ground ball up the middle. Diving attempt from Bruder, but it's going to go under his glove and into center field. So it's going to be a 2-out base runner for the Britons on a Riker Maisie single up the middle. It's going to make the third baseman Braden Emery. Emery has been honestly great for this Briton lineup so far. He's the team leader in home runs with 4, batting .298, .825 OPS, 27 RBIs. That leads the team coming out of the 2-hole. First pitch to him, fastball in the dirt, knocked down by Kedro. I say dirt. Realistically, I probably should say turf. It's a turf field here at Nicolay Field. It's a absolute joy to play on. Some guys not a big fan of playing on turf, but most of the Bulldogs I've spoken to do prefer it over the typical dirt and grass combo. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. The leader, Maisie, off of first here with 2 away. Not a big lead over there. Don't expect a steal attempt with the arm of Kedra behind the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a tap to third base. Davis fields, shuffles, throw over to first. And Emery is retired. Pair of groundouts to lead off the inning, then a single. But Landon Kozlowski battles back to get the ground out from Emery. We've played 2.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 1-0. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the third inning being set to be played. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be 1-2-3. That's Cam Oliver, Nick Bruder, and Ryan Davis. As Cole Gasigi goes back to work. Outside of really the double from Davis in the first, and the hit by pitch to Burns has been very sharp so far. That's 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. So he looks for more here. First pitch to Oliver. He's going to miss off the outer edge and in the dirt. Now the middle of the field wide open for Oliver. Shall he choose to use it? Next one fouled away down the left field line. Now, Oliver, a guy we see go the other way plenty of time. So if he can just stay or get a little bit more ahead of one, kind of hit it back up the middle, it is wide open for him. And he does it right there. Base hit into center field. It's going to be a leadoff base runner off the Cam Oliver base hit. I mean, I'm sure Oliver's an intelligent enough hitter to know where the defense is playing. Kind of got the changeup there from Gasicki, kind of left it in the middle of the plate. And Oliver stayed on it, kept the head down, shoulder in, drove it back up the middle, where there was not a Briton within maybe 25 feet of that one. So now Bruder steps in, shows bunt, popped up, but it's going to go foul down the first base line. Wasn't really popped up, more hit in the air. Thankfully for Bruder and co. It ends up landing in foul territory. So the count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt again as Bruder. He pulls back. Pitch is called a ball. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Oliver, the runner on first, has a ton of speed. Really been one of the better base runners for these Bulldogs so far. Bruder shows bunt early this time. This one he gets down, fielded by the pitcher Gasicki. He'll throw to first base. Bruder is retired. However, the sacrifice is successful as Oliver moves into scoring position here with 1 away. It's not often you see in the 3rd inning a team bunt a guy into second base. That should tell you something about how head coach Craig Rainey feels about the Bulldogs against Cole Gasicki today. Davis climbs in, first pitch to him, fastball up and in for ball 1. So Oliver leading off a second. Anything to the outfield will bring him in, especially with how deep this outfield plays Davis. Here's the 0-1. That one off the outer edge. Count's going to move to 2 balls, no strikes. Davis, of course, back in the first, laced a double off the very top of the left field wall out here. Looking for more of the same here. Here's the 2-0. Fastball called, strike, inside corner. Davis wanted nothing to do with that one. Pretty much turned around and, you got to tip your cap if a guy's going to consistently hit that spot there. Not much you can do with that unless you're sitting on it as a hitter. 2-1. Gasicki goes back to the fastball in the inner half. This one, Davis swung through it. Count's going to move to 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Runner on second, 1 away. Davis looking to double this Bulldog lead. Gasicki comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop-up. First base line. This one drifting out of play, and it's going to eventually make it out of play. Not by much. Davis gets new life here. He had to battle away that fastball. I believe it was the changeup that he hit last time, kind of hung in the middle of the plate. So we've seen 3 straight fastball from Gasicki. Does he change it up here with 2 balls, 2 strikes? Comes set, checks on Oliver at second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, third base. Emery fields, looks the runner back, throw to first. It's wide, it's going to get away. Davis going to reach first here. Oliver moves into third. So after an error by the third baseman, Braden Emery, Bulldogs going to have him on the corners with 1 away. It's going to bring up the catcher, David Kedrow. It was a fairly routine play from Emery. Did everything right except for the throw. He fielded it cleanly. Looked the runner, Oliver, back to second base. But the throw just kind of lofted it in there a little bit high. Brought the first baseman White off the bag. First pitch to Kedrow. Fastball misses above the zone. Now, thankfully for the Britons, it did not get too far away as the fence is kind of angled back into play here. Just kind of hit off the fence and came right back to the first baseman White. This one, fly ball, right field, not deep. He tags, and he's coming home. Relay throw will not come. Cam Oliver scores. David Kedrow gets the job done here. It's going to double the Bulldogs' lead to 2-0. Very surprised to see Oliver tag on that one. It was not deep. Stojanovsky made a pretty good play off it. Got behind the ball, got some decent momentum coming home, but the throw was cut off. A little bit of curious decision there by Carter Stow. Not yelling out to let that one get through. It looked to be on line. First pitch, runner goes, throw down to second base, is in time. They got him. Davis tried to get into scoring position with 2 away, but Carter Stahl fires her dart down to second base, and that's going to do it for the third. We've played 3 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead it 2-0. You're watching Bulldogs baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 4th inning being set to be played. Bulldogs tacked on another in the bottom half of the 3rd from the David Kedro sac fly. So as Landon Kozlowski comes out for his 4th inning of work here as a 2-0 lead, looking to keep it right there. Let his bats go back to work. For the Britons, it's going to be 3-4-5. It's Evan Schuster, Austin Stevens, and Chris Stojanowski. Kozlowski works from the windup first pitch. Fastball misses off the outer edge, in and out of the glove of Kedro. Seen that already a few times. It's usually just a timing thing from a catcher. But Kedro been so good defensively all year. No cause for concern here. 1-0 breaking ball. Tight breaking ball from Kozlowski. Falls right into the zones, can even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Schuster definitely sent fastball there. Got one, but just way out in front of it. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kozlowski in the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, center field. Boyke drifting to his left. He'll camp under it, and he'll put the squeeze on it out there. 1 up, 1 down to start the 4th inning as Evan Schuster flies out to center field. So that's going to bring up the DH, Austin Stevens. Stevens back in the 2nd, laced a double off the top of the left field wall. Later was stranded after a fly out, a line out, and a strikeout. First pitch to him. This one popped up. It's going to go out of play. Down the right field line. Kozlowski gets ahead of another hitter. Quickly climbs back onto the mound. Into the motion, here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive. Foul. Down the left field line. Very close there. That third base umpire, as soon as that ball landed, hands came up. Very audible call down there. It's good to see because, sometimes you see some umpires that are a little bit quieter. So had that been the case, maybe Stevens continues to run. Instead, gets to save his breath a little bit as he tries to work back from an 0-2 count. Line drive, Bruder caught it on the hop. He'll throw over to first. And Stevens is retired there. Looked like the changeup there from the Bulldog righty Kozlowski. And Stevens out in front of pitches all at bats, kind of reached out for it. Hit it pretty good off the barrel. But Bruder made a nice play on the short hop to swallow it up and throw to first. So now with 2 away, it's going to bring up Chris Stojanowski. First pitch to him, swinging a tap foul off the facing of the Bulldog dugout. Again, Kozlowski gets ahead of a hitter. It's the name of the game for a pitcher. Throw strikes, get ahead of hitters. Make them hit your pitch. He's done a great job of it so far. Really has had command of everything today. So here's the 0-1. Fastball yanked it down and away. It's getting things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Kozlowski climbs back onto the mound. Stojanowski awaiting the 1-1. Here it is. Fly ball, right center field. Hayward drifting back, camps under it, backpedals a bit, but eventually does put the squeeze on it. So that's going to do it for the fourth. The Britons go down 1-2-3. So we've played 3.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead this one 2-0. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the fourth inning being set to be played. Before we get to that, we want to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at Adrian College TV today. It's going to be 5, 6, 7 for the Bulldogs here in the fourth. That's Easton Rogers, Jake Burns, and Lincoln Hayward. Rogers was a strikeout victim back in the second, fall victim to the slider. So Gesicki in his fourth inning of work. First pitch to Rogers, fastball just off the inside edge. Rogers gets ahead of Gesicki here. Quickly into the motion again. Here's the 1-0. Fastball bounces up to the plate, skips off the glove of Stahl and back to the screen. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. So the Bulldog DH, who's really been the most prominent hitters in this lineup all year. This one popped up, however, it's going to get out of play down the first base line. He was on it. Got a very hittable fastball, about a little below thigh high, not quite knees. Kind of that in-between spot there. Just missed it there. 2-1. Gesicki pulled the string as Rogers tapped that one at the plate. Count moves to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rogers looking to avoid his second strikeout of the game. However, Gesicki looking for his 4th. Rogers climbs back in. Gesicki into the windup. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a tapper over the facing of the seats here at Nicolay Field. Going to get out of play. Count remains 2-2. A little bit of action in the Bulldog bullpen. Not sure if that's, kind of a precautionary thing or maybe Kozlowski's day is done. As Rogers sends this one to second base, not hit hard. Fielded, throw to first, and Rogers is retired here. It's a nice play by Drew Ribble, the second baseman. Kind of came in. That ball not hit hard whatsoever off the knob, or kind of the handle of Rogers, rather. And fielded, textbook, came in, charged it, fielded off his left foot, little sidearm flip. He was able to get him in plenty of time. That's going to bring up Jake Burns now. First pitch to him. That was going to miss down in the dirt. Burns fell behind quickly against Gesicki his last at-bat, but then was pretty much gifted a freebie as Gesicki plunked him. 1-0, misses above the zone. Man, Gesicki very animated out there. If he thinks he made a bad pitch, he lets you know from the body language. 2-0, swing and a miss. Big pass there by Burns. Gesicki blew the heater by him. Count moves to 2 balls, 1 strike. Gesicki in the motion. Here's the pitch. And that one plunked Burns again. This one hurt him. You can hear the thud from up here. It got him in kind of the knee area. He's going to take a slow trot down to first base. They're likely going to give him time here to kind of walk this one off. We've seen Gesicki try to locate that inside fastball plenty of times so far and has largely been able to do it. But against a guy like Burns who leads the Bulldogs in hit by pitches, kind of stands right on the plate. So as Gesicki kind of yanks that one down and in, nowhere for Burns to go, and got drilled pretty much right on the knee. It was an ugly sound. Hopefully everyone at home couldn't hear the sound. It was not a pretty one. So with one away, it's going to bring up Lincoln Hayward as he takes strike one on the outside corner. Hayward struck out back in the second. Looking to avoid that here. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a tapper up the middle. Fielded by Ribbles. No, it won't. Under his glove into center field. It's going to go for a base hit for Hayward. Bulldogs got something brewing here in the fourth. 2 men on, 1 out. You know, Hayward didn't hit it particularly hard. Kind of got it off the end of the bat. But pretty much hit it. He split the middle of the Briton infield and went under the glove of Ribble. Would have been a great stop had he gotten there. However, it gets by him and into center. It's going to bring up Rolando Jimenez with 2 on, 1 out. First pitch, fastball down and away. Jimenez drove in a run for the Bulldogs his last time up when he drove in Jake Burns on a blooper into center. Looking to do the same here. Count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike inside corner. Jimenez didn't like the call, shakes his head as he backs out of the box. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Siggy comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, drifting down the first base line, going to get out of play. Into that construction lot where the new athletic dome is going up. Made a lot of progress on it over the last couple weeks, ever since the weather started to get a little bit warmer here in Adrian, Michigan. A lot of progress there. Everyone very excited for that thing to be finished. But here in Nicolay Field, the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rolando Jimenez. Gesicki. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball side of second base. Ribble fields, throw over to short. That's out at second, throw to first. Not in time. Jimenez beats it out. You know, I wasn't sure if they were going to have a play at first base. Jimenez runs fairly well, and that ball was not hit particularly hard. However, it was right at Drew Ribble. So Jimenez going to reach on the fielder's choice. Burns over to third. So with runners on the corners and 2 away, it's going to bring up the center fielder, Jack Boyke. Lefty on lefty matchup here. First pitch. Fastball called, strike at the knees. That one not really received well by Stahl. Kind of shoved it into the dirt. However, the home plate umpire still saw it well. Went up with the right hand to signal strike 1. Here's the pitch. Another fastball outer edge, called strike. The attack plan's very clear here. Back-to-back fastballs pretty much in the same spot to Jack Boyke. He's quickly behind 0-2 here. Gesicki into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul down the third base line. So good little throwaway swing there from Boyke. Didn't like that pitch whatsoever. It was well off the plate. Boyke just kind of threw the hands at it, sent him foul. Bought himself another one here. So Burns the runner on third, Jimenez on first. Boyke looking to drive in one here for the Bulldogs. Jimenez runs. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, left field line. Gonna get out of play. Does, in fact, make it out of play eventually off kind of the bottom of the hill out there down the left field line. It's never been in Nicolay Field. That the hill down in left field is a great spot to catch a ball game. You know, kind of sit there in the sun, enjoy the afternoon. You can, you know, you're right by the bullpen over there. Watch the Bulldogs warm up. Still get a great view of the game. Here's the 0-2 to Hayward, swinging a line drive, foul. Down the third base line. That was almost trouble for the Britons. However, that one stayed foul. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Boyke doing a great job of staying alive here. Looking to get one in here. It'll be the 3rd straight inning with a run for the Bulldogs. So they score in the 2nd and the 3rd. So Gesicki comes set, checks on Jimenez. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a tapper, first base line, foul ball. The first baseman, White, kind of, you know, waited for it maybe a tad bit too long. If he comes in and fields it right away, he may be able to keep that one fair. However, umpires rule that one foul. It's a lengthy at bat. Good battle here by Boyke. But the count is still 0-2. Here's the pitch. Another one sent foul down the third base line. dugout really starting to get into this battle now. Boyke spoils another one. In fact, spoils so many that we're out of baseballs. Home plate umpire gets restocked with them. The count is still no balls, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners with 2 away. So Burns off a third. Jimenez on first. Boyke looking to win the battle here. Here's the pitch. Fastball called. Ball. Jimenez delayed steal to second base. The throw down. And they got him. Jimenez can't believe the call as he stands on second. He thought he was safe. Regardless, umpire's going to call him out. So that's going to do it for the 4th inning here. It's no runs on 1 hit. We've played 4 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrive today and never replicated after you graduate.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 5th inning being set to be played. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. It's going to be number 34, Ambrose Horwith. Horwith has thrown 31 2/3 innings on the year, 4.26 ERA, 1.48 WHIP. Has made 6 starts for this team, 8 appearances overall. Been pretty solid for him. He's going to be tasked with 6, 7, 8 of this Briton lineup. Lefty, first pitch, fastball, called, strike, outer edge. It's Carter Stahl leading off the inning here. Kind of flared out to second base his last time up. Sorry, first base his last time up. 1-1, skips in the dirt. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Coach Craig Rainey opting to give this Briton lineup a different look, kind of changing arms here. That one's going to be sent out to short. Bruder, fields on the short hop. Throw over to first. And Stahl is retired there. It's another nice play by Bruder. Looked like the changeup from Horwith. And Bruder immediately, great jump on it, moved left, kind of hung back, opted to field it on the short hop. Stayed down on it nicely, made a strong throw over to Burns at first. It's going to bring up Gavin White now, the first baseman. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike the knees. Seen a lot of hitters kind of show their frustration a bit. The strike zone's kind of opened up a little bit, especially in that lower half. Very generous down there. As the 0-1's going to miss down low in the dirt. Looked like the changeup from Horwith. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Horwith into the motion. Here's the pitch. A little half-hearted swing. They'll appeal to first. And they're going to say he didn't go. The pitcher, Horwith, didn't like it. Kind of put the hands on the hips, kind of expecting to get that call. Instead, count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses badly arm side. It's going to be 3 balls, 1 strike now. Seen a couple hit by pitches in this game, but have yet to see a walk from either team. Here's the 3-1. We're going to see our first walk here as that one skips in the dirt and off the mask of Kedro. So White's going to take his trot down to first base. He's going to be over there with 1 away. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Drew Ribble. Ribble grounded out to short his last time up. Ambrose Horwith looking to kind of repeat that here as the Bulldog infield and double play depth here. Here's the first pitch to Ribble. It's going to miss off the outer edge. Kedro going to call time, have a quick chat with his pitcher. It was a good first, really batter and a half for Horwith. He quickly got stalled a ground out on a weak hit ball, but has missed with 5 straight since then. Kind of Kedro looking to get his guy back into form. Bulldogs haven't used a mound visit yet, so here in the 5th, you're okay with spoiling one here. As again, mound visits are limited. So the count is 1-0. Ribble climbs back in. Horwith out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, striking the knees. Good pitch there from Horwith. That's been a pitch that's been there all day for pitchers. That fastball, either at the knees or maybe half a ball to a full ball below the knees. Kedro has routinely presented those pitches well and has gotten the calls all year long. So here's the 1-1. Runner goes, swinging a ground ball, base hit left field. Runner White going to stay put on second base. However, Drew Ribble punches one through the 5.5 hole. It's going to put runners on first and second here with one away. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Carson Dunn. Dunn, his last time up, grounded out to Bruder at short. As Horwith got the ground ball he was looking for. However, this one was smoked through the left side of the Bulldog infield. With Bruder in double play depth, really no chance of getting to that one. So Horwith comes set, first pitch, shows bunt, fouled back to the screen. The runner on second, White, got a very big jump. So anything, if that bunt had been laid down, White would have easily made it to second, or third rather. Instead, he fouls it away. The count is 0-1. Horwith looking in, comes set. Checks on the runner White at second. Into the motion, here's the 0-1. Change up in the dirt, good stop by Kedro moving to his left. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Horwith looking in. Gets the one he wants, comes set, glove at the chest. Checks the runner again. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball, drifting down the first base line, going to get out of play. So Horwith looking at his first 2-strike count of his outing so far. Got stalled the ground out to lead off the inning, but after a walk in a single, faces trouble here. But is ahead of the 9-hole hitter Carson Dunn, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Horwith comes set, checks the runner White. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes, but with the breaking ball down in the dirt. Got Dunn to chase. That's going to be a huge out number 2 here for Ambrose Horwith as he gets Dunn swinging. That's going to flip the lineup over. It's going to be Riker Maisie. Here 2 on, 2 out in the 5th. Maisie 1 for 2 so far. Grounded out in the first, singled in the 3rd. Looking for a hit here to get his guys on the board here in the 5th. First pitch to McCoy. Swinging a line drive, well foul. Down the first base line. Not a great spot there by Horwith. Kind of fastball. Caught a lot more plate than he intended. However, Maisie just a little bit behind on it. Just kind of punches that one. So Horwith ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Glove comes up at the chest. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball on the ground. Bruder fields. And no, he doesn't. It's going to get by him and into left. The runner White around third. He will score easily without a throw. Ribble into third. It's going to be the first run of the ball game here for the Britons. As Maisie hits one on the ground, kind of deflected off the side of the mound, put some weird spin on it that Bruder couldn't handle. As a result, kind of gets by him. It's going to go into the outfield. They're appealing the play at third, seeing if the runner touched third. They're saying he did, in fact, touch third. So it's going to be runners on the corners here with 2 away. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Braden Emery. It's not a very hard hit ball off the bat of Maisie. However, again, it hit the side of the mound, must have put some spin on it. Created a tough play for Bruder that he wasn't able to make. Horwath misses the first pitch up in the zone. Emery 0 for 2 on the game, struck out back in the first, grounded out in the third. Horwath looking to limit damage here in the top of the fifth. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, center field, not deep. Boyke coming in a few steps. He'll get under and put the squeeze on it. So that's going to do it for the top of the fifth. However, the Britons get their first run of the ball game off the bat of Riker Maisie as Bruder booted it at short. So we've played 4.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs still lead at 2-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere.
Finds the back of the net!
From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear. Happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the fifth inning being set to be played. It's going to be 9-1-2 here for the Bulldogs. That's Jack Boyke, Cam Oliver, and Nick Bruder. Boyke, if you remember, in the bottom half of the fourth, had a lengthy at-bat. Never saw a ball in the at-bat until the second to last pitch. But then Rolando Jimenez attempted to steal second, kind of a delayed steal. It's a bang-bang play at second where he was called out. But gets a fresh at-bat here. First pitch, check swing, appeal down to third. Did not go. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes. Cole Gesicki out for his 5th inning of work here. Has been sharp so far. Next one down in the dirt. Counts moved to 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0. Fastball, called strike, outside corner. It's a pitch that's been there all day for Gesicki, and he's been routinely going back to as he's quickly back on the mound and into the motion. Here's the 2-1. Fastball just misses down and out. It's a pitch we've seen called a strike a few times already in this one. This one not the same. Here's the 3-1. Fastball, called strike, outside corner. Very similar pitch. Boyke didn't like it. Kind of takes a step out to regroup himself. So the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Into the motion goes Gesicki and swing and a miss. Boyke goes down swinging here to lead off the 5th. It's the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Gesicki. So that's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to be Cam Oliver batting with 1 away. Oliver 1 for 2 in the game. He lined out back in the first, singled in the third, later came around and scored. First pitch to him, fastball, called strike, outside corner. Shaking his head as Oliver. Bulldog starting to show some frustration with the strike zone. Next one, fastball, misses off the plate. Give credit to the Stahl and Gesicki batteries. They've kind of learned what pitches they can get called strikes. The 1-1 swung through by Oliver. Big swing and a miss, looking to do damage. Has to shorten up here. Here's the 1-2. This one blooped down the left field line, drifting foul. It's going to land on the warning track over there in foul territory. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seen Gesicki work very quickly in this game. Pitch count up to 72. Likely 1 to 2 innings left in that big left arm of his. He faces Oliver, the 1-2. Change up top of the zone. Oliver bends out of the way of it. quickly back in the box. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive. Foul. Look out. That one kind of went just over the wall down the left field line where fans are sitting. A couple people duck, couple weaving. Looks like no one got hit down there, thankfully. So the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kasigi back on the mound, in the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a tapper, sent out the short. Maisie fields, throw over to first. And Oliver is retired here. Put a good at-bat together, as a lot of Bulldogs have done against Kasigi so far. They've broken through a couple times, as they have scored a pair of runs in this one. But for the most part, they've been putting good at-bats together, just haven't really been finishing them off. Now Nick Bruder climbs in with 2 away. 0 for 1 in the ballgame with a sac bunt back in the third. First pitch to him, line drive, base hit into right field. Bruder is going to try to get this Bulldog offense going as he lines a single in right field here with 1 away. That's going to bring up Ryan Davis. He's been on base twice so far. Doubled back in the first and then reached on an error in the third. So 1 for 2 on the day for him. Bruder leads off at first. Kasigi in the motion. First pitch to Davis. Fastball called. Strike at the letters. Kasigi comes set. Checks on Bruder at first. Here's the 0-1 to Davis. Fastball well above the letters for ball 1. Giving things up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind has really died down here. That's more of a left to right, but not very hard at all. This one's going to be skied in the air, left field, not very deep. Dunn camps underneath it, puts the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it for the Bulldog half of the 5th. So we've played 5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead it 2-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 6th inning being set to be played. For the Britons, it is going to be 3-4-5. Due up here, that's Evan Schuster, Austin Stevens, and Chris Stojanovsky. So as Schuster digs in, Horwith climbs back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. It was a lengthy 5th inning for him. Did give up a run. He got a ground ball, but kind of kicked off the side of the mound, put some funky spin on it. Bruder, the shortstop, was not able to handle it. As a result, it got by him. That's how Albion put up their first run of the game. As he faces Schuster here. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string. Beautiful arm side changeup from the Bulldog lefty. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Schuster 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pair of flyouts for him. The 1-1, swinging a tap foul. Sent back. It's going to move things 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seeing back-to-back changeups there from Horwith. And both of them Schuster way out in front of. See if he goes back to it here. 1-2, swing and a miss. In the dirt, Kedro will throw over to first to complete the play. 1 up, 1 down here to lead off the 6th inning. It's Ambrose Horwith. Gets Evan Schuster to swing way over the top of a changeup. It's his first strikeout of the outing. Sorry, 2nd strikeout. Carson Dunn struck out last inning. It's going to bring up Austin Stevens, the DH today. Stevens 1 for 2, doubled back in the 2nd. First pitch to him, wave and a miss. Breaking ball, bottom of the zone. Horwith got him way out in front of it. He's kind of worked off that fastball. It's gone more off speed here in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. That one, ground ball, foul down the third base line. Stevens fortunate that one did in fact go foul, kind of slow getting out of the box, and Davis, the third baseman, was all over it. So the count is 0-2. Horwath looking for back-to-back Ks. Works out of the windup, turns, kicks, fires. The 0-2 misses down in the dirt. Good pick by Kedro there. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking down at the Bulldog bullpen, not a ton of action down there. Horwath is cruising. This one, fly ball, center field. Back goes Boyke. Gets underneath it, puts the squeeze on it. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th inning. Austin Stevens flies out to center. So with 2 away, it's going to bring up the right fielder, Chris Stojanovski. Stojanovski 0 for 2 in the ball game. Pair of flyouts for him as well. 1 to left, 1 to right. It's Horwath. First pitch to him. Fastball just off the outer edge. We've really seen that pitch be called strikes against the lefties. You know, that kind of fastball down and away. It's been a generous zone so far from the home plate umpire. However, Horwath doesn't get the call there as the 1-0 skips in the dirt. Count moves to 2 balls, no strikes. Horwath looking for a scoreless inning here after allowing 1 in the 5th. But is behind Stojanovski, 2-0 here. Here's the pitch, fastball called, strike at the knees. Stojanovski did not like that one. Gonna take a little walk around, recollect himself here as the frustration with hitters on both sides has been growing. You know, tough to tell from our perspective if that pitch is indeed a strike, but home plate umpires calling it a strike today, and that's all that matters. 2-1 skips in the dirt. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike. Stojanovski were to reach. Carter Stahl waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a ground ball sent out this Bruder. He fields, throw over to first, and the side is retired. Ambrose Horwath sends down the Britons 1-2-3 here in the 6th. Played 5.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs still lead this one 2-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th inning being set to be played. Cole Gasicki back out for his 6th inning of work. Likely his last inning of his outing. Pitch count currently at 83 after 5 innings. He's yet to allow an earned run in this one. The 2 runs he's given up have been earned. 4 strikeouts so far, 0 walks. Has hit 2 batters, both of them being Jake Burns. As he faces 4, 5, 6 here. That's David Kedro, Easton Rogers, and Jake Burns. So 3 righties for the Bulldogs. They have the platoon advantage here in the 6th. First pitch to Kedro. Fastball called, strike at the knees. Kedro didn't like it one bit. Turned around, took a glance at the home plate umpire. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a fly ball, center field, not deep. This one may be trouble. Breaking quickly, sliding, and grabbing is Evan Schuster out in center field. Nice play by him. A ball not hit hard whatsoever off the bat of Kedro. Didn't hit it particularly high. However, all day this Britain outfield has been playing deep. So with a play like that, you know, you're really relying on the speed and athleticism that Evan Schuster just put on display there, making a nice sliding grab from center. That's going to bring up Easton Rogers. First pitch to him misses down low for ball 1. Rogers 0 for 2 in the game, struck out and grounded out so far. This one's set on the ground to third base. Emery fields, throw over to first, in the dirt, and in and out of the glove of the first baseman, White. Rogers going to reach on the fielding error. Second of the game by the third baseman, Emery. Bulldogs going to have a base runner here with one away. Looked like the breaking ball in the dirt, either the slider or the changeup from Gesicki. Rogers beat it right into the ground. Another routine play for Emery that kind of did everything right but the throw. That's going to bring up Jake Burns now. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike inside corner. We've seen Gesicki attack righties inside all day. That's backfired on him twice. He's hit Burns twice in this one. That one inside once again, off the glove of Stahl. Rogers is able to cruise into second base. Bulldogs get a man in scoring position here with one away. It was back-to-back fastballs inside to Burns here. Burns leads the Bulldogs in hit by pitches on the season. And that leaderboard not particularly close. Here's the 1-1, swinging a line drive, left field. This one may be trouble. Back goes Dunn, falls down, but still makes the grab out there. Rogers forced to retreat to second base. Unfortunate resolve there by Jake Burns. He hit it on the screws, but fortunate for Cole Gesicki. There's now going to be two away in the bottom of the sixth. It's going to bring up Lincoln Hayward now. Hayward 1 for 2 so far. Singled back in the fourth, struck out in the second. Pitch count now at 90 for Gesicki. Rogers leads off a second. First pitch to Hayward. That one called, strike, down and away. Now again, our angle up here in the broadcast booth isn't great, but anytime you see a catcher drift to his left and still get the call, if you're a pitcher, those are things you like to have in a ball game. 0-1 fouled back to the screen from Hayward. Gesicki one pitch away from ending what has really been a brilliant outing. Getting to 5 2/3, has not allowed an earned run, and if Rogers were to score, would not be an earned run against Gesicki. Here's the 0-2 to Hayward. That one called, strike 3 on the outer edge. Hayward can't believe it, and rightfully so. Gets rung up on a pitch on the chalk, so that's going to do it here in the sixth. Bulldogs still lead this one 2-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the seventh inning here in a 2-1 ball game that the Bulldogs currently possess the lead. It's going to be 7-8-9. Sorry, 6-7-8. 2 up for Albion here. First pitch off the outer edge. That call only goes against lefties so far in this one. Ambrose Horwith back out for his third inning of work here. 1-0. This one misses off the outside edge once again. Carter Stahl, the hitter. 0 for 2 in this one. Line out and grounded out so far in this one. Horwith in the windup. Here's the 2-0. Swing a line drive. Base hit into left field. Right past Ryan Davis. It's going to be a leadoff base runner here in the second. Carter Stahl got himself in a good count. Got a fastball to hit. Didn't miss it. Kind of got on top of it a little bit, but hits it hard enough to get it past Ryan Davis at third. So the Britons are going to get a leadoff base runner here in the seventh. Going to bring up the first baseman, Gavin White now. White 0 for 1 in the ball game. Walked back in the fifth, struck out in the second. First pitch, he shows bunt. He went around. Kedro, the throw's first. Not in time. It was a failed bunt attempt from Gavin White. Kedro made a great throw down to first to try to get Stahl. However, umpire rules him safe. Count is no balls, 1 strikes to the Briton first baseman. Horwith set. Showing bunt once again is White. He gets this one down, fielded by Ambrose Horwith. He'll throw over to first to get White, but the sacrifice is successful as Carter Stahl moves into scoring position here with 1 away. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Drew Ribble. Ribble so far in this one, 1 for 2, grounded out in the third, singled in the fifth. So we're going to see a mound visit here from Coach Craig Rainey. Looks like he's going to go to the bullpen here. So, yep, we're going to have a pitching change here in this one. It's going to be the end of an outing for Ambrose Horwith. So while the new Bulldog pitcher gets warmed up, we're going to head to a short break, but don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, still in the top of the seventh here. With 1 away, it's going to be a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Lincoln Lipinski. Lipinski, very limited innings so far. 4 2/3 on the year. The 3.86 ERA, 0.86 WHIP, 3 strikeouts to 3 walks. Again, hasn't gotten a lot of run this year, but gets a good opportunity here on Senior Day. Here for these Adrian College Bulldogs, who clinched the regular season MIAA crown. Yesterday's victory 32-9 over these same Albion Britons. Bit of a different vibe here. It's 2-1 in the top of the 7th. You know, we're seeing teams bunt a guy to second base with nobody out. Definitely wouldn't see in yesterday's ball game. It's going to be Drew Ribble digging in for the Britons here, as Lipinski works out of the stretch. Comes set, checks on the runner. First pitch, swing foul tip into the glove. So Lipinski goes first pitch fastball. And rears back enough to get it past the Briton second baseman, Ribble. So he gets ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Lipinski looking in, gets the sign. Glove at the chest. Checks him again. Here's the 0-1. Fastball yanked outside. Bit of an awkward arm slap for Lipinski. Kind of drops down. Arm angle doesn't drop too much, maybe a couple degrees. Not quite a 3/4, but definitely not over the top. So here's the 1-1. Breaking ball inside. Almost catches a piece of Ribble. Thankfully for Lipinski, and it does not. Instead, the count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Here in the later innings, these Britons trailing by 1 have the tying run on second base. Here's the 2-1. Fastball called, strike outside edge. Presented very nicely by Kedro. Really met that ball out in front. Met it on plane, just stuck it in the strike zone. Count moves, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lipinski looking to retire the first batter he faces. He's set. Into the motion, the 2-2. Breaking ball. Misses badly away. Kedro has to slide over to get to it. Count's going to run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's no new action in the Bulldog bullpen. Coach Rainey showing a lot of faith in Lipinski here. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball, right field line, drifting and out of play. Ribble put a good swing on that one, got a fastball in the outer half, put a barrel on it. Just a little bit too tardy on it. Sends it well fouled on the right field line, but split second earlier on the swing, we're looking at trouble. Instead, the count remains 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lipinski comes set. Checks on the runner, stall at second. Here's the payoff. Swinging a pop-up, is going to get out of play as well, back into the parking lot. Hopefully all the cars parked out there are safe. The Bulldog outfield plays Ribble to go the other way. Lipinski looking into Kedro, gets the one he wants. Glove comes up at the chest. Here's the payoff once again. Breaking ball just missed above the zone. It's a good AB from Drew Ribble as he draws the walk. It's going to put runners on first and second with 1 away. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Carson Dunn. Dunn 0 for 2 in this one. Grounded out back in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. If you're Lincoln Lipinski, you can use either of those 2 things. Ground ball gets you out of the inning. Strikeout, well, gets you out number 2. First pitch, fastball ripped down the right field line. Well foul, however. Well, Lipinski not a guy that's going to put those extra ticks on the fastball. Kind of reared back that one. Able to just sneak it past Dunn, is only able to foul it away. It gets ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Lipinski set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses well down and away once again. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So for the Britons, tying run on second, go-ahead run on first. Those runners are Carter Stahl and Drew Ribble. The runner on second would get charged to Ambrose Horwith. Lipinski trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's the 1-1. Fastball called, strike, inner half. Dunn didn't like the call whatsoever. As he steps out, he shakes the head. Seen a lot of frustrated hitters in this one. It's been a generous strike zone from the home plate umpire. Lipinski trying to find it here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to pitch around trouble here in the top of the second. A 1-run game. This one, ground ball off the glove of Davis. Trickles into left field. So everyone's going to advance a base. Not what you want there if you're the Bulldogs. The usually sure-handed Ryan Davis has one come up and go off his glove. So now the Britons are going to have him loaded with 1 out. It's going to turn the lineup over to Riker Mazie. Mazie 1 for 3 in this one, singled in the 3rd. And his last time up, he's the one that hit that ground ball that got past Bruder and allowed a run to come in. First pitch to him, swinging a line drive sent our way back to the screen. So Lipinski gets ahead of another hitter. It's the first pitch strike on him with the fastball. So Lipinski works out of the windup. Looking to pitch around trouble. Tying run on 3rd here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses over the head of Mazie. Kedro with a great athletic play, moving to his left and get a glove on it. Let's get to even things up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lipinski back on the rubber, works out of the windup. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-1 to Mazie. Swing and a miss. Got Mazie to chase. Looked like the fastball kind of yanks that one down and away. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lipinski could really use a strikeout here. The middle is shaded up the middle in double play depth. Corners even with the bags. Lipinski into the motion, the 1-2. Breaking ball just off the outer edge. Not a bad pitch there. Started on the outside edge. Couldn't get Mazie to chase it. It's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lipinski into the motion. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Bruder fields. Race to the bag at second. He'll beat him there. Throw to first. Not in time. It's going to tie the game up. It's going to be an RBI fielder's choice for Riker McCoy. That's going to tie up our ball game here in the top of the second at 2-2. Now Riker Mazie didn't really hit that one the way he wanted to. Got an elevated fastball. hit the top of it, but fortunately put it in a good spot. Bruder made a nice play getting over to it, and then winning the race to the bag with Carson Dunn. So now they're on the corners with 2 away. First pitch, spiked fastball, and a good stop by David Kedro. He's going to take a trot out to first base, try to calm down his guy Lipinski. So Lipinski entered this game with 1 out, as Ambrose Horwath came out to pitch the 7th inning, allowed a leadoff single to Carter Stahl, and Gavin White bunted him over. So after Ribble walked, Dunn reached on an error off the glove of Ryan Davis, and then Riker Mazie with an RBI fielder's choice. We're tied here in the top of the second. 2-2, runners on the corner, 1-0 count to Braden Emery. This one, fly ball left field. Oliver back, puts the hand up to field for the wall. It's not there. He's under it, and he puts the squeeze on it and left. So we've played 6.5 here at Nicolay Field. Britons tied up here. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. 2-2. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 7th inning here in a tied ball game after Riker Mazie came up with the bases loaded in the top half of the 7th, grounded into a fielder's choice that did drive in a run. So now with the game tied, bottom of the 7th, Bulldogs are going to send 8-9-1 to the plate. That's Rolando Jimenez, Jack Boyke, and Cam Oliver, as Cole Gasicki comes out for the 7th inning of work. Pitch count currently at 93 for him. Tough to say how much time he has left in this one. First pitch to Jimenez. Showed bunt. They're going to peel down the first base, and they're going to say he pulled back in time. So Jimenez gets ahead. 1 ball, no strikes against Gasicki. Not a bad idea from Coach Rainey, kind of get things going here. 1-0, fastball spiked in the dirt. Good stop by Stahl. Counts move to 2 balls, no strikes. Jimenez going to step out, kind of collect himself here. Bulldogs could sure use a leadoff base runner here, trying to regain the lead here in the 7th. Here's the 2-0. Fastball called, strike inside corner. Jimenez stays put this time. Gasicki quickly back into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball south to third. Emery fields at the waist. Over to first in the dirt. But a good pick over there by White. And Jimenez is retired here to lead off the 7th inning. Not a bad swing from the Bulldogs second baseman. Just kind of beat it right into the ground. A bit of words exchanged between Jimenez and the Briton dugout. Couldn't really hear what was said. So with 1 away, it's going to bring up Jack Boyke, the center fielder. Boyke 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch to him. He's going to miss just off the plate for ball 1. That was the 97th pitch from Cole Gasicki. He works into the motion. Here's the pitch. This one is going to catch the zone at the knees. Going to even things up at 1-1. As Gasicki just works incredibly quick. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, sent out the short. He fields, throw on to first. And Boyke is retired. Back-to-back ground outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Has Cole Gasicki 1 out away from completing 7 strong innings. Now, that was his 100th pitch of the game. I doubt after 100 pitches we see him come out for the 8th inning. Cam Oliver steps in. First pitch to him. It's going to miss down and away. Oliver comes in 1 for 3 with a line-out, single, and ground out. Next one misses down low once again. Counts moves to 2 balls, no strikes. And after the Bulldogs put up 32 runs yesterday, only 2 runs through 6 2/3 here. 2-0 to Oliver, swinging a pop-up. Third base side, maybe playable, drifting at the line, and it is going to be caught by Braden Emery. Nice play up against the fence down there. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cole Gasigi. He most likely completes his outing. 7 innings, 0 earned runs for him. But we've played 7 here at Nicolay Field. We're tied 2-2. We head to the top of the 8th here on Adrian College TV.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning here in Nicolay Field. Currently in a tied ball game, 2 runs apiece for either side. Landon Lipinski will come back out for the 8th inning here. For the Britons, it is going to be 3-4-5 due up. That is Evan Schuster, Austin Stevens, and Chris Stojanowski. So final line score for Ambrose Horwath. He goes 2 1/3 innings pitched, 2 runs, none of them earned, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. So a very solid outing for him as Lipinski looks to keep the good pitching going. First pitch inside, just under the hands of Evan Schuster. Schuster 0 for 3 in the ballgame, pair of flyouts and a strikeout. Leads off the 8th inning here for the Britons. This one, fly ball left field. This one may be trouble. Back goes Oliver. Fierce the wall. It's not there. Gets under, put the squeeze on it. It's a scary out number 1 for Lincoln Lipinski. You know, we've seen some days here where the ball's simply flying anytime you get the wind blowing out there. It's not the case today. It's blowing mainly in from right field-ish. More of a left to right action, so anything in the air to left's going to get knocked down by the wind, as you saw right there. So with 1 away, it's going to bring up Austin Stevens. He takes ball 1 above the zone. Stevens 1 for 3 in the ballgame with a double. This one, line drive, caught by the shortstop, Bruder. Pair of hard outs here to lead off the 8th inning for the Britons. However, they have nothing to show for it. 2 outs in the inning. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Chris Stojanowski. Stojanowski 0 for 3, pair of flyouts and a ground out. Really, this middle of the Britons order has been very quiet. Stojanowski's going to take ball 1. So Lipinski works out of the windup. Here's the 1-0. Fastball called, strike the knees. Once again, presented well by Kedro. He's really done a great job all season of bringing up those 50-50 pitches and making sure they're strikes. This one, ground ball, base hit. Back up the middle off the bat of Stojanowski. So after a pair of hard outs for the Britons, they finally get one to find some green. So with 2 away and a runner on first, it's going to bring up the catcher, Carter Stahl. Stahl singled his last time up for the ball game, is 1 for 3. Looking to put a ball in the gap here. Help these Britons break through, as we're going to see another mound visit here from head coach Craig Rainey. Haven't really seen too much action in the bullpen. So Lipinski's going to hand the ball off to him. We're going to have another pitching change here. So while we get everything in order, we're going to head to a short break. But don't go anywhere. 2-2 ball game in the top of the 8th. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 8th inning. It's a pitching change for the Bulldogs. Ryan Davis will now be on the mound for him. Slides over from third base and onto the mound. That means the Bulldogs need a third baseman. They elect to send out Gus Weeks, who will be replacing Easton Rogers in the batting order. So Coach Rainey decides to scrap his DH in this one. So Weeks slides into the 5-hole in both the lineup card and in the positional card. So it's going to be 2 away, a runner on first. The hitter for the Britons will be the catcher, Carter Stahl, as Lincoln Lipinski is responsible for the runner on first. But so far, 1 1/3 scoreless innings from him. 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts. See if that holds true as Ryan Davis looks to keep this game tied here in the top of the 8th. Carter Stahl looking to put something in a gap, give his guys the lead here in the 8th. First pitch, fastball called, strike outer edge for strike 1. Runner on first, Stojanovsky, not a big lead against Davis. Davis fairly long delivery to the plate, may allow the runners. He's going to flip over to first, not in time. Now he may have a long delivery to home, but not to first base there. Quick feet from the Bulldog righty. Runner Stojanovsky kind of lucky to get back in there. Sizable lead at first. Davis is set. Flip over once again, not in time. Couple good pickoff attempts here from Ryan Davis. Count is 0-1. Carter Stahl. Davis set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called, strike inside corner. Davis went with the bender there. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Davis looking for a huge out number 3 here. Flip over to first base, not in time once again as Stojanovsky's got to get the jersey dirty once again. Counts 0-2, Davis is set. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes, both the breaking ball in the outer half of the plate. Stahl swings right over top of it, so that's going to do it for the top of the 8th. We've played 7.5 here at Nicolay Field. We're tied 2-2. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 8th inning being set to be played. So Cole Gasighi's day is done. It's going to be Brendan Schultz on the mound for these Albion Britons. Schultz, so far this season, 29 innings pitched, 4.66 ERA, 1.48 whip, 27 strikeouts to 16 walks. So these Bulldogs got to be patient here as they face a righty for the first time today. The offense has struggled so far, only 5 hits in the ball game. Scored their 2 runs, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Nothing since, as Cole Gasighi was sensational today. So Nick Bruder leading things off. He's going to sky this one into right field. This may be trouble. It's carrying back at the wall. And it's caught. What a grab by the right fielder, Chris Stojanovski. As Bruder put a great swing on one, and it kept carrying as Stojanovski went back to his left, outstretched the glove, and then smacked into the wall out there. So it's a loud out number 1 here for the Bulldogs as Bruder flies out. So that's going to bring up Ryan Davis, who just pitched 1 out in the top of the 8th, looking to give himself some run support here. First pitch to him, breaking ball called, strike at the knees. Going to mention Schultz struggled with the command so far. As I mentioned, has a lot of walks for only 29 innings pitched. So Bulldogs really got to be patient as they face him here. 0-1, called strike at the knees. Count is quickly, no balls, 2 strikes, the Bulldog 3-hitter. As Schultz works out of the stretch, he's set. Here's the pitch, swinging a little flare out the right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Not the prettiest of swings we've seen from Ryan Davis, but it's going to get the job done here. Bulldogs going to get a 1-out single. Now Schultz went with the breaking ball there started on the outer half, ended as a ball. Davis just kind of threw the hands at it. He'll use those big muscles of his to bloop that one into right center field. Now David Kedro is going to get a chance with a runner on here with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Schultz holding the set for a while. First pitch, Kedro shows bunt, gets this one down right at the pitcher, Schultz. He'll flip over to first. Kedro is retired. The sacrifice bunt is successful. However, there's now 2 away. Davis, the runner, on second. It's going to bring up Gus Weeks, his first at-bat of the ball game after entering the last half inning as a defensive replacement. Chance to hit here, and the base hit's going to give his guys the lead here in the bottom of the 8th as he faces Brendan Schultz. First pitch to Weeks, fastball yanked, misses off the plate outside. So the runner on second is Davis. Good speed from him, will score on anything hit to the outfield. Schultz comes set. Checks the runner, Davis again. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball, right field, not deep. Stojanovski coming in and to his left. He'll put the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it here in the Bulldog half of the 8th. After 8, we have a 2-2 game. We're going to head to the 9th here on Adrian College TV.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 9th inning being set to be played here in a tied ball game, 2 runs apiece as Ryan Davis comes back onto the mound, was stranded on second in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Bulldogs made a lot of good swings that inning, however, were not able to put a run across. So Ryan Davis here looking for the hold. Top of the 9th inning against these Britons. He's going to face 7, 8, 9. That's Gavin White, Drew Ribble, and Carson Dunn. White so far in this game 0 for 1. Struck out in the second, has a walk and a sac bunt. First pitch to him is ball 1. As Davis works out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball called strike. It's a big power fastball from Davis. Kind of an awkward arm slot. He's a lanky guy who drops down a little bit. Breaking ball misses inside. White has to bend out of the way of it. Davis so nasty out there on the mound. Really the guy you want out there if you're the Bulldogs. 2-1. Fastball, line drive, right field. Hayward has to go back on it. It's going to go past him, go all the way to the wall. White rounding first. He's going to motor into second base and stay there. It's going to be a leadoff double for the Britons here in the 9th. Bit of a misplay out there by Lincoln Hayward. That ball was hit a lot harder than he thought it did. The wind, not much of a factor right now. Looks like it's blowing in from right just a little bit. You know, Hayward not playing the deepest on that one. His first step or two was in and then realized he was going to get burned on and had to turn around. Threw the glove up, but it ends up getting by him. It's a leadoff double for Gavin White. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Drew Ribble. First pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Bruder fields, shuffles, throw to first. Ribble is retired. However, the runner White going to move into third here with 1 away. So now Carson Dunn, the 9-hitter in this Briton lineup, is going to climb in. 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Reached on an error his last time up. As Coach Rainey's going to have the entire infield in. Every Bulldog has their toes on the edge of the infield grass, looking to cut the runner at home. Davis works out of the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball, just off the inside edge. Davis wanted it, didn't get it. Count moves to 1 ball, no strikes. Dunn climbs back in. Anything in the outfield will bring the runner White in. They're all very deep out there. 1-0. Fastball yanked. Sliding grab by Kedro. Nice athletic play from the Bulldog catcher there. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. It's Carson Dunn looking to bring in the go-ahead run here in the top of the 9th in a scoreless game. Davis works from the stretch. He comes set. Kedro pretty much set up in the middle. Here's the 2-0. Fastball off the outside edge. 3 balls, no strikes. Carson Dunn, Riker Maisie waiting on deck. Has 2 RBIs, both RBIs in this game for the Britons. So Dunn looking to give him a chance here. 1 away, runner on third, the 3-0. Fastball, called strike, inside corner. Good spot there by Davis. He quickly gets back out on the mound. Dunn steps out, takes a deep breath. Count is 3 balls, 1 strike. The Bulldog infield is in. Davis comes set, checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Playing a fly ball, right field line, but well foul. And into the construction lot. Down the first base line there. It's going to run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Looking down to the Bulldog bullpen. Pretty much no action going down. No action down there. So the count is full. Davis comes set. Go ahead, run on third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. And it goes through Bruder's legs and into center field. White's going to come in and score. Throw to second is not in time. It's a costly error from Nick Bruder. It's going to allow the go-ahead run to score here in the 9th. And the Albion College Britons going to take a 3-2 lead. That was a fairly hard-hit ground ball, usually a routine play. But as that ball got to Bruder, he kind of picked the head up and looked at the runner to see if he was going. And as he did that, the glove came up with it. And the ball goes 5-hole on him and into center field. It's now runner on second, one away. It's Riker Maisie. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike outside corner. Now, we've seen a few miscues from this Bulldog defense. Pair of them from Bruder already. It's both been costly ones. Both errors from Bruder have allowed a run to score. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Riker Maisie. Nasty breaking ball there from Davis. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Second baseman Jimenez drifted well up the middle, wanting to hold Carson Dunn on second base. So the right side is wide open for Maisie. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a flare into center field. This may be trouble. In comes Boyke. It's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Throw comes in. It's going to be cut off by the pitcher, Davis. It's going to be a 1-out single from the Briton first baseman. It's going to put him on the corners with 1 away. So they're going to bring up the third baseman, Braden Emery. Emery 0 for 4 in the ball game. 2 flyouts, a ground out, and a strikeout. Davis going to be pitching for the ground ball here. Runners on the corners, 1 away, trying to keep the deficit at 1 here in the top of the 9th. Davis comes set. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball, second base. Jimenez to Bruder. Throw over to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And it's going to get Ryan Davis out of the inning, but not before Carson Dunn puts the ball under the glove of Bruder to bring in the go-ahead run. We've played 8.5. Britons lead this one 3-2. Bulldogs coming up in the bottom of the 9th, last chance. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
I'm a special ed social worker. And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the 9th inning, last chance for the Bulldogs. Now the Britons scored in the top of the 9th, took their first lead of the ball game. It was off an error from Nick Bruder. So now the Bulldogs got some work to do here. Haven't scored since the 3rd. They look to change that here against Braden Schultz. Jake Burns, first pitch. Breaking ball called, strike at the knees. Burns been hit by a pair of pitches in this one and then lined out to left field. Been a productive day for him so far. Looking to keep that going here, leading off the Bulldog half of the 9th. 0-1. Swing a ground ball, third base line, foul. Had that stay fair, the speed of Burns would have easily allowed him to get into first. However, will just foul at the end. Now has to take the trot back to the batter's box. He tries to stay calm, stay confident. He's behind 0-2 to Brendan Schultz here. Bulldogs could really use a leadoff base runner, and team leader in OPS, Jake Burns, may be the guy to do that. Climbs back in the box. Schultz working out of the stretch. He comes set. Takes a deep breath. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses well. Off the plate away. Sliding grab by Carter Stahl. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Middle of the field wide open for Burns. Here's the 1-2. And called strike 3. Breaking ball in the outside corner. Burns kept the bat on his shoulder. Gets rung up. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th for Brendan Schultz. That's going to ramp the right fielder, Lincoln Hayward now. Hayward 1 for 3 in the ball game. Pair of strikeouts with a base hit. Finally gets to face a righty in this one. First pitch to him, breaking ball, backdoor, called, strike on the outer edge. Good pitch there by Schultz. It's when you got to tip your cap if you're a hitter. You got to hope a guy can't throw that consistently. Here's the 0-1 to Hayward. Misses just below the zone. Looked like the changeup from Schultz. Good take by Hayward. Leaves it below the knees. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside kind of ties up Hayward a little bit. Bat never came forward. Counts moved to 2 balls, 1 strike. Hayward represents the tying run, looking to get on for the guys behind him. 1-1, swinging a tap foul down the first base line. Counts moved to 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Lincoln Hayward. Hayward came into play today with an OPS just below 900. It's been great all season. Bulldogs used 1 more knock here. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, sent out to second, or short rather. Maisie Fields throw on to first. Hayward is retired, which means the Bulldogs down to their last out here. Coach Rainey comes out here, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. And indeed, we will have a pinch hitter. It is going to be Brendan Willardson pinch hitting here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th as the Bulldogs trail by 1. As Willardson represents the last hope for the Bulldogs. He faces Brendan Schultz here. First pitch, breaking ball, called, strike at the knees. This Briton defense shifted to the right. Count is 0-1. Schultz from the stretch. Still holding the set position. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, fly ball, right field. Right fielder goes back, and he'll put the squeeze on it. And that's going to do it here. So after the Bulldogs score 32 runs in yesterday's ball game, off the back of Cole Jasigi, this Albion College pitching staff holds the Bulldogs to 2 runs, and their offense puts up just enough to squeak by in game 1 of the doubleheader here. So that's going to do it for game 1 here. Albion takes it 3-2. Game 3 of this series will be in a very short amount of time. It's going to be on a separate live stream, so be sure to tune into that shortly. So your final from game 1 of the doubleheader, game 2 of this series. Albion takes it by a score of 3-2. I've been Remington Gilniak. Thank you for watching, everyone, and take care.